Hi, welcome to Web Design Project videos. This is a list of suggestions how you should use this video. The notes for this video can be found here at this URL, which is the URL is case sensitive, and I have already loaded here. So we are moving into slicing the image. So in the last video, we stopped at in C10 Web Design 2026. In Design Prototype, we created the index file and we created the contact us file, and we kept a few copies just in case something happened. So that's great. So right now we are going to make a copy of these two files. So select your index file, and also we want to copy your index file. So you do a right-click copy, right-click the index file, copy, and then go to 31 slicing folder, do a paste, and then go back to the same folder, 21, make a copy of the contact us, go to 31 slicing and do a paste, right click, do a paste. So now I have two files. I'm going to view details, and we have two files. One is index, one is contact us, and we kept another copy of this. So if anything goes wrong, we can always go back to 21 to look at it. If not, we have the files here. So let's look, open index, right click, open with Photoshop 2025, and then we do a view, fit on screen. And we also want to open the contact us so we can work on two files at the same time to save time. So go back here, right click on contact us and open with Photoshop. So we have two files and you can switch them using the tabs. So let's do a view, fit on screen. Okay, why we are going to do slicing? Because we want to export all the graphics we have created so that later we can use these graphics to code HTML and CSS, and then convert some of the graphics to purely HTML. And of course, we are going to use it using Bootstrap. But in order to do that, we want to export things fast. So one way to do that is called slicing. Of course, you don't really have to do slicing. What you can do is you can actually go to each individual layer and export the things that we want. That is before we collapse the groups. So for some of the layers, we have already collapsed the groups, so we have to use slicing. All right, so let's choose the slicing tool. So slicing, slice tool is here under the crop tool. Okay, so for the index file, we are going to slice them according to what we want to export. Oops. Okay, let's do this one. So that is, if we do it correctly, is 1680 times 500. So that's the top. And then for this tool, we are going to export according to how we want the visual elements to collapse when we resize the screen. So there are two pieces here. And for here, obviously, the buttons that we created. And obviously, we slice according to the guide, which is designed for Bootstrap framework. And finally here. So we are done with the index. Let's do a file save. Okay. So now we want to export the slicing to this folder, code HTML, CSS. Okay. But before we do that, let us also slice the contact us. So file save, we did. Go to contact us. We are going to slice. Oh, sorry. Why did I click that? We are going to use the slice tool. As you can see, the height is always multiples of 5 and with 5 or 0 because that's how we design it. And obviously these are going to be replaced, the tags are going to be replaced by HTML, but slicing them now will help us code easily. Oops, actually I think I did this part wrong. Let me fix that. Let us come over here. Rectangle, because the rectangle should have a gap between this and that. Okay, let me quickly fix this rectangle. Rectangle 2. Unlock this layer. Unlock this group, go to the rectangle. Unlock the aspect ratio. Move this here. Lock it again, very important. And lock the whole thing. All right, so the rectangle should actually end here, so there's a gap here. So let me go back to my slice tool. So as you can see here, if you make a mistake, like me, you can always go back and fix it if you have not collapsed the groups. That is done. That is done, file save. Okay, so that is a good place to stop. We sliced the two files. So in the next video, we are going to do export. Okay, so this video is a little bit short, but that's a good thing. So we're going to do the export in the next video. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back. Bye.